Now moving to the next one, that is types of window. So when we say a types of window, generally it will be a primary window and then the secondary windows. So primary window is the one which is the main window, which is generally called as a parent window. It's same as a primary table and secondary table, or it is same as a primary entity and secondary entity, or we can say same something, it is as a primary key and secondary key, right? So something which is depend on the primary key or primary window is a secondary window, right? So primary window is the main window, we can say a parent window, we can say a window which generally start with any application where all the functionalities or maximum important functionalities through which we are going through different functions. So that comes into a primary window. Secondary windows, there are secondary window which generally based on the primary window, which is generally dependent on the primary window, but there are some independent secondary windows are also there, and these are the different types in the secondary window. So let us go through the this primary window and secondary window in some more details. So now starting with the primary window, which is also we can call it as a parent window. It is the first window which appears on the screen when any activity started, when any application started. So it's when we say nowadays many application where we have a login ID and we have a login authentications need to be gone through, right? So that apart from that, apart after doing the login authentication, once we have done the login, and then when whichever screen which generally any applications opens, that will be a generally a primary window, we'll say, not a login window. So a first window that appears on the screen when activity started, which is called as a main window, which is called as a application window, and should represent an independent functions or application. So generally it's not mandatory, but generally it will be having all the independent functions, the functions which will not be dependent on any other window, right? Or any other so it is used to present constantly used to present constantly used in Windows components and controls like menu bar items that are used frequently. So generally on the primary window, we will use the primary window where some parts will be constantly available on that window, like menu bar. The menu bar which through which we are accessing number of options, through which we are accessing different choices, through which we are accessing different we are initiating different actions, right? So generally on the main menu or main window or a primary window, we will have the menu bar which will be a constantly visible, right? Through which we are going to use some of the uh, options. The primary window used by most or by all for the primary or secondary windows. So the controls used by the dependent window. So this primary window will act as a main window for the remaining windows, for the secondary windows. That's why we'll say the secondary windows are dependent on the primary window. So the control of all the secondary windows will go through the primary window. So when any application will be designing or developing, we have to see that what should be there on the primary window, what should be there to be as to design, what should be there on the main window. Okay, so everything we cannot dump on the main window because it should not make a lot of clutter on that. But at the same time, you should not have so much of depth in the windows also, like one action then it is opening another window, in that you are taking one more action which opens another window, where in the depth wise you have lot of depth to do a certain particular certain action. So that also will not be a proper. Then use for the primary window will be used for presenting the information that is continually updating. So for example, date and time. So generally the any application where you are having your displaying the date and time, which will be generally it will be keep updating because time, right? So it will be keep updating. So generally it will be there on the primary window. So this is the use of the primary window for which we will be using for all this purpose. We'll be using this primary window. Where we should not use, do not divide the independent function into two or more primary windows. So if you have some of the independent functions, right, which is not related to each other. So if you are making that, that should not comes under a primary window, where you want that to be on the main screen, but you both are very independent. So where you cannot divide by taking a primary window, you cannot divide it. So any present unrelated functions in primary window. So this is talking about the primary window. So what it finally it says, it's saying that the primary window is referred as a parent window if one or more child windows are exist. So let us go for, so you can see the example which diagram, the image which is given. If we open our computer, so generally nowadays we'll be having some desktop in which otherwise when we click whenever we wanted to go open anything, everything will not be on the desktop, right? All your applications will not be on the desktop. Through desktop you are not clicking on some application, so you will be having all these things like A drive, C drive, D drive, different drives will be there. This, so generally when you open on my computer, through this you will be going through different. So if you are considering my computer as one application, or if you are considering your laptop when you, or any computer when you are opening, this can be considered as a primary window for the application, right? So through which you are going to get, if you want access for control panel or like that. So this is one example, but this is very generic example. Going to the secondary window now, as we say, secondary windows can be a dependent secondary window or it can be a independent secondary window. When it will be dependent secondary window, when it will be opened through a primary window, right? So and which will be used for doing some different activities which is in accord, I mean in related or in accordance with the with some primary window activities. Then we are just saying it as a secondary window. So what is dependent secondary window? It can only be displayed from the command on the interface of its primary window. So it is coming through the primary window. That means what? It is coming from the primary window. When you will be having through primary window, you are giving some command, either some button will be there or some menus will be there on which you will click, and then a new window will be open. So it is coming through the interfaces through the primary window, right? Then secondary windows are closed when the primary windows are closes, and hidden when the primary window is hidden. So same as if you have any secondary window which has been open, if it is a dependent secondary window which has been opened through a primary window, if you close the primary window, definitely your secondary window will also get closed. If you hide the primary window, definitely your secondary window will also get hidden, right? Same as it's like if I relate it with the database primary key and secondary key, right? If secondary key, we if you delete the primary key, there is no existence of the secondary key, right? Same concept. uh, then what is independent secondary window? So when it comes to the independent secondary window, it can be opened independently of the primary window. For example, the properties in the desktop, right? So if you So now this is my desktop. I think you are able to see my desktop. If I right click, some windows is opening, right? So these are the property window of this desktop. This is not opening through any primary window, right? But this is not a main window. This is a secondary window. That's what it is talking about. It's a secondary window, which is independent secondary window. So going back to this, right? So the properties in the desktop, a secondary window can be of two types. It can be model or it can be modeless. So what is model? Most of the secondary windows will be model, like they will not permit interaction with another window until the current dialog is completed. If you are working on some secondary window, you cannot switch over to another window until and unless you will finish this execution of whatever the operation you are doing, that operation, until and unless you will not finish that particular work in that window, you are not supposed to go to the another window. So that is what a model modeled kind of secondary window. So model dialog boxes typically request critical information. So this kind of model kind of secondary window generally will be asked where you are taking some critical information. So until and unless that critical information will not be get submitted, will not be get finished, or till that you cannot close that model, I mean that secondary windows. You might have seen that uh, when we wanted to open some file, right? uh, until and unless we will not click on some file, the it will not allow us to do something else, right? It will just blink like that. So that is a kind of model window you have to enter, otherwise you have to completely cancel it, right? So that can be a model window. Modelless means a dialog box permits the user to engage parallel dialog boxes also, which parallelly we can do the switch over between, or parallelly we can use different uh, dialog boxes where we can enter the data also. So secondary window is typically smaller than the primary window. Okay, this doesn't matter. So this is what we just learn about the primary window and secondary window. But in secondary window, we have the number of different secondary window. One is dialog boxes, then we have property sheets and property inspectors, then we have message boxes, palette windows and pop-up windows. So up to this we have a secondary window, means contents are there for these types of windows. So the first secondary window is dialog boxes. So dialog boxes, you can see the image which I have put in the PPT. Uh, you can relate this generally when we do in the Word, right? Microsoft Word, when we'll open such kind of this one, find and replace. If you wanted to find and you wanted to replace that particular word with some other particular word, we'll go for this find and replace, right? So when we'll click on that option, a box will pop up, right? Some kind of box will open. That is a secondary window will be open. There is nothing but it's a secondary window it will open, which through which we are giving some messages, through which we are doing some action, right? So it is like it's asking for a brief messages, to present a brief messages. It is used for requesting a specific transient action, right? So through which we are doing some action. It's used for performing an action that takes a short time to complete, and that is not frequently changed. So it is not like we are not using the replace such kind of very frequently, and it takes for a short time to complete. You are just putting the what you need to find, with which word you need to replace, and you will just click on replace all, and it will get over, right? So then for such kind of dialog boxes, generally the command buttons which will include is like OK, cancel, others. In general, I'm telling in general. So here in this figure, we have replace, replace all, find next. So it is with respect to this, we have replace, replace all, find next, and cancel, right? But generally, any dialog boxes which will be used for taking some small commands, for commands which needs a short time, which when we'll take those command, it will not keep on changing that particular action which has been taken. So for that we are going to use dialog boxes. Then next windows is type of window, secondary type of window is property sheets and property inspectors. So you can see in the diagram where you are going to use such kind of secondary windows where you need to change some of the properties of your application, or some of the properties of your some particular object. It's not application, or it might be some particular object, right? So most common way to present an object's complete set of property is in the secondary window, right? You can see that if you wanted to change the font style, I mean font style, size, font color, all the property with respect to the sentence or the document or the paragraph, if or any single word also, you can highlight that word and you can open this property sheet and you can change the properties of that particular word or that particular paragraph, right? So this, when we'll select something and when we'll right click and open this property sheet, it will pop up and you can do the changes, or you can go through a menu also where the menus will be there on the top, and in that you will be having a edit option, or in the home option also it will be available. You can do, or you can see the another example where the date and time properties. So you can see this is generally you will do, it will change and it will be there. So it's not very frequently you're going to use such kind of property sheet, right? So most common way to present an object's complete set of property in a secondary window. So for such kind of things, we'll be using a secondary window. From the designer's point of view, we have to understand where we can use our secondary window and what kind of secondary window it is, whether it is of dialog box, whether it is used for properties. So you can use in this way, you can design in this way. Each set of properties is presented within the windows as a separate page. So command buttons, what will be the command buttons on this? Generally it will be OK, cancel, apply. Apply is very important because we are going to change the properties, right? Cancel is also important if we don't wanted to do any changes, we can just say, right? So this is an example. Then moving to the third one is message boxes. Uh, Message boxes where we are not feeding anything, we are not asking any data to enter, but it is like displaying us some message when suddenly some particular situation will exist, suddenly some particular event will happen or some condition will activate, right? At that time some kinds of message boxes will come. So here you can see the message box which is telling that the selected disk drive is not in use. Check to make sure a disk is inserted, right? So here we are not going to enter anything, any data or anything, just either retry or cancel, okay or cancel kind of things, right? So generally what are the command buttons should be there on the message boxes? Okay, cancel, help, yes or no, or yes and no, stop, buttons to correct the actions that causes the message box to be like, sometimes okay, something is there and we wanted to correct the action, then we can just put a button where we can say, uh, go to the that particular action, I mean go to that particular page, something like that, which will correct that particular action. So we can use that kind of buttons on this message boxes. So enable the title bar close box only if the message includes the cancel button. That's true. And designate the most frequent or least destructive options as a default count. So most frequent or least destructive options as a default command. Default command means what? If we are not choosing retry or cancel, so by default one should be taken care. So one which will be taken care, which is most frequently used or which is less destructive, right? That should be considered as a default command. So this is with respect to the message boxes. Then the next fourth one is palette window. You would have seen the palettes like this. So in any application with respect to your application, you can have this palette window where you can, this palette window will help in designing something or will help in that application. In that application they can use all this toolbox, right, where they can use all these kinds of tools. These are generally tools which will be helpful for any user to design that application. And then there is a pop-up window. Use the pop-up window to display additional information when an abbreviated form of information is in the main presentation, or the textual labels from the graphical control, or a context sensitive help information. So pop-up windows all depends on, like, based on your application, you can make a pop-up window where you can suddenly you can pop up the window and you can give based on that application, based on that situation, based on that event, you can have this options in your pop-up window. So this is all with respect to the types of windows.